Our amazing planet is home to over 7 billion people. It gives us everything we need to survive, from fresh air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, medicine to make us feel better, and natural materials to make shelter. There are 1.8 million people living in Northern Ireland, and we are all lucky to live in a temperate or mild climate. It's not too hot and it's not too cold, and we can grow lots of food. Our homes use lots of electricity and water every single day. We use electricity to turn on our lights, to cook all of our meals, to heat water for showers, watch TV, charge our phones and play games. So where does our electricity come from? According to the Department for the Economy, around 50% of electricity in Northern Ireland comes from fossil fuel power plants. Fossil fuels are made from plants and animals that decompose over thousands of years. Coal, oil and gas are fossil fuels and are burned to generate steam in order to turn turbines and generate electricity. In the same report, in 2020, 49.2% of electricity in Northern Ireland came from renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy that will never run out and comes from natural sources such as water, wind and the sun. Almost 85% of all the renewable energy in Northern Ireland came from wind. The greenhouse effect is a natural process that warms the Earth's surface. When the sun's energy reaches the Earth's atmosphere, some of it is reflected back to space and the rest is absorbed and re-radiated by greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide. Human activities such as burning fossil fuels to power factories, cars and buses are changing the Earth's natural greenhouse. These changes cause the atmosphere to trap more heat than it used to, leading to a warmer Earth. Burning fossil fuels like coal and oil puts more carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. Think of carbon dioxide as a blanket. The more fossil fuels we burn, the more blankets get added to the Earth. And what happens to you when you add too many blankets to your bed? You get too warm. Too much of these blankets of greenhouse gases can cause the Earth's atmosphere to trap more and more heat. This causes the Earth to warm up. So we now know our planet is getting warmer because we're using too many fossil fuels. So what happens next? Warmer temperatures will melt the ice caps, and when these ice caps melt, the sea level will rise. There's a powerful current in the Atlantic Ocean called the North Atlantic Current, or sometimes called the North Atlantic Drift. This current acts like a conveyor belt, bringing warm salty water from the Bahamas up to the UK and Ireland. This keeps our climate temperate, which means it's not too hot and it's not too cold. Without this current, places like the UK and Ireland would be a lot colder. Why not do some research into what it's like to live in Canada and Russia in the winter? This will give you an idea of what the climate in the UK and Ireland could be like in years to come. A question we're often asked: weather or climate, what is the difference? Weather describes the conditions outside right now in a specific place. For example, if you see that it's raining outside, that's a way to describe today's weather. Rain, snow and wind, these are all weather events. Climate, on the other hand, is more than just 1 or 2 rainy days. Climate describes the weather conditions that are expected in a region at a particular time of year. Is it usually rainy or usually dry? Is it typically hot or typically cold? A region's climate is determined by observing its weather over a period of many years, generally 30 or more. The Sahara Desert, for example, would have a dry, hot climate. So what does climate change mean for us? Rising sea levels because of the ice caps melting will lead to flooding. Droughts will mean that food can't grow. extreme weather such as heavy rain and wind, losing species such as polar bears that rely on sea ice to hunt for seals, and rising prices for food and electricity are all bad news. So what can we do? There's lots of ways we can help in our own daily lives. Simple things like turning off lights when you leave a room will mean less electricity is needed. This is good news for mum and dad too, as electricity bills will be less. Walking or cycling means less cars are on the road. Cars use petrol, which comes from oil. This is a fossil fuel, remember? Recycling means we don't have to use as many resources such as water and electricity to make new items such as plastic bottles, so always recycle. Growing your own food means it doesn't have to be transported by plane, train or lorry, again reducing greenhouse gases. Planting trees will help absorb carbon dioxide, improve air quality, help prevent flooding, and provide temperature control, particularly in cities during the summer months, as cities lined with trees are cooler. Trees also provide an important habitat for wildlife and give us food and fuel. If we all work together, we can make a real difference. We only have one planet to call home, so let's take action to protect it.